Okay, so this graphic is meant to demonstrate our example. And in this, the population could be anything. We could have a population of 18-year-olds, psych majors, CJ majors, all the people in the northern North America, all of the people in Oklahoma. It just doesn't matter. A sample is not expected to provide a perfectly accurate picture of the whole population. There's usually some discrepancy between a sample statistics and a corresponding population parameter, and this is called sampling error. So there's an expectation then that there will be a sampling error. And how is making pasta like generalizing from a sample of the population? How do you make pasta? How do you decide when it's done? Some people taste a few strands to see if they're done, and so some people are going to throw a piece on the wall and see if it sticks to see if it's done. And the second one is my favorite because clearly you don't throw all of the pasta at the wall. And provided the random sample of pasta that you've selected is the same as the rest of the pasta in the important ways, in this case in how well done it is, the sample will do a really good job of describing the population. So that is true of a sample in any kind of study as well. As long as you can get one that is representative of the whole population, then it's not necessary that you sample everything or everybody that's in the population. So, a representative sample then is a sample with characteristics that match those same attributes as they exist in the population, and a biased sample is a sample that's not representative of the population. So imagine you have that garbage can filled with marbles of 4 different colors: blue, green, red, and yellow, and there's different numbers of each color of marble. To get a good idea of what proportion of marbles are each color without counting the marbles, you can take a sample, but you want that sample to be a representative sample. If you took a sample of all of the red ones, if you stood there and picked out the red ones, then that would be a biased sample, right? This is another example of a population, and if you look, you can see that the representative population is very close to the same pies, even though there's a smaller number, whereas the unrepresentative, you have a whole lot more red and a whole lot more yellow. A whole lot fewer than you should. You don't have any of the whatever that funny color of green is, but you have a lot more yellow than you should and a lot more red. Um, with scales of measure, if you allow self-selection, then you're going to have so self-selection is when people can choose to be in the study and to participate in the study. And when the sample is only composed of those that voluntarily choose to respond, you're probably going to get a biased sample. And let's go back to an earlier example that we used of Masters and Johnson's human sexuality experiment. Um, I think that was probably the people who participated in that may have been a little bit more extroverted than the average person. What do you guys think? So that could have possibly been a bit of a biased sample. I think that most of us probably would not be interested in participating in that study. And so